Hey, how's it going, everybody? I am breaking every rule in the book. It is 12:46, and this is the exit from the Ekkamai bus station at Sukhumvit, Soi 42. I'm out walking around in the heat of the day. That's the Gateway shopping mall, and the Ekkamai bus station is behind me, almost attached to the BTS Ekkamai. This is a large kind of, I guess I'll call it a medical building. There's a condos above. I'm trying to get the name. It's the Bangkok Metaplex. I'm not sure what the condo is called. We're gonna go up 42 just for a short while because it seems to have gotten 100% hotter in the past 45 minutes. Gateway has some fun spots off on the right. It's not a huge mall, it's more a large shopping complex. There's some Western favorites in there and plenty of restaurants. It's either a YMCA or a YWCA is off here to the right. And my friend, I believe she moved back to Dubai. She used to live in this building up here on the left. 5-minute walk from the BTS, that's always nice. And this 42, if you keep walking down the way, 15 minutes, maybe a little bit more, you'll hit Rama 4. I don't know what's up with that YMCA or what this is. Kate Florence. Coffee shop on the right here. Yeah, I think she lived in that building. I can't remember. It is a YMCA. Bangkok, Thailand. Young lady's using an umbrella for the heat. Not a bad idea. And that was her building the rhythm. 42. Just going by memory, there's a Wyndham property down here on the right. I don't know what this is. It looks like a school. Here's one of the mini buses. Normally going to points like Hua Hin or just a smaller bus compared to the half-hour bus to Pattaya, or sometimes it leaves more often than that. That's a large, if you're familiar with the Greyhound style bus in the US. It's a big, huge bus. 42 is pretty busy, linking off of that Rama 4. And I think the highway ends down there in that Rama 4 area. Paint shop. Here's the Curtain Man. And we have another beautiful building. Okay, that's that Wyndham Garden. I'm not exactly sure. When I think Wyndham, I'm thinking hotel, but over here there are Wyndham service departments where you live full-time or at least monthly. I don't know if I've ever been down this little street. Take a peek. So behind me is Sukhumvit, and the bus station is off to the right. Huh. Pioneer Air Cargo. I never have been on this street. Looks like some private homes off to the left. And I'm gonna guess that is Soi 40, straight across if I'm on 42 now. But for today, I'm gonna give you a quick peek at 42, call it 10 minutes off of the BTS. And then I'm gonna head back home, edit a little video. It's just roasting. Tuesday. I'm gonna meet my buddies Grant and John tonight in Quang. Hopefully he'll be there. I haven't seen him in forever since I came back from California. They're in a couple of dart leagues. I don't play darts unless you call embarrassing myself at Stella's playing darts. But these guys are good. I'm gonna meet them at a little bar up on Soi 22. They'll play, and we'll hang out. Okay, what is this? It's in Thai. I'm assuming it's a business. And the Wyndham Garden Residence is also called the Siamese Exclusive, I think. Siamese Exclusive 42. Or that's the Wyndham Garden back there. Not sure. And every time I say something like that, there's one guy leaves a comment, well, why don't you walk back there and find out? Because it's 100 degrees. Why don't you come over here and find out for yourself? The 42 Grand Residence Serviced Apartments. I'm halfway kidding, but I can't cover every inch of ground. This is kind of an interesting area, that big C back there. It's kind of a mini big C, but 42 is kind of strange. It goes 42/1, 2, 3, and it seems to go a mile up the street where you think it would go 42, 44, 46. It does not. As a matter of fact, if I can get across this traffic, I might take you in the direction of that big C, because just from memory, there's not a whole lot back here. Kind of industrial. And I'm gonna have to step out in front of the cars here, so let me put the phone down. So that is 42, and I just made a left. There's no other high rises down there. In between here and Rama 4, I've walked it many times. Like I say, a little industrial, muffler shops and things like that. But there are some nice places here. Getting our boundaries. Can't really get our boundary. That big building with the 2 points on top, that's on the other side of Sukhumvit. And the gateway's over here to the right. I don't know if that's, I believe that's the Wyndham. There are some 6 and 8 story buildings tucked away back here. And then if memory serves me, it winds off to the left to the driving range. And I think it's St. Andrews International School, or one of them. There's another branch up by, is it Bering or Udamsuk? I forget. Up by Sukhumvit 101 area. Man, it is roasting. I have all kinds of sunscreen on my arms, and it just feels like I'm being fried. Just walking with an umbrella is a pretty nice idea. I don't know if I'm going to go that far, but can't do it anyhow. And holding this camera, and I can even feel it's just my phone. Get out of the way here. I can even feel my phone getting hot. So that's another good excuse to not be out here in the middle of the day. And this is a Big C Mini. Larger than a 7-Eleven, smaller than a Big C. I like to walk where I can see the traffic coming towards me. Isara 42. Nice building. Meets all the parameters. You have a little grocery store right here. I don't know how much cooking you plan to do. Me, very little. Boone loves to cook, but we're not that far to go and get some shrimp or chicken, whatever you'd like. Even those Big C minis, they have a pretty good supply. I'm not sure if this is a hotel or a business. Kind of has a hotel vibe. See what the sign says. Yeah, sign's all in Thai. You step across the street. Yeah, I think it's office complex. This whole, maybe even Big C office complex with a Big C Mini below. All the corporations are here in Bangkok. This is the Zenith Place 42. 8 or 10 stories. Tucked away in the trees, that's nice, in the Quintara. So as you can see, there are plenty of these lower rise buildings with a Sukhumvit Soi 42 address, although we're now 8 minutes, 10 minutes from BTS Ekkamai. I'm assuming this is a Japanese restaurant. This is a Japanese, very popular area. Oh man, just these trees have lowered the temperature 10 degrees, and this is the backside of the driving range. I know many folks come over and teach at the international schools. I'm 99% sure that's a St. Andrews right there near Ekkamai BTS and the driving range. Some private homes off to the right, and then at the end of the street it eases off to the right, kind of meanders around, and this is all still 42. 42, like I say, I don't know if it's 1, 2, and 3. And then somehow 44, 46 is way down the line. Eventually you get to Sukhumvit Soi 50, and that's an en route where you'll find Cheap Charlie's. Great little bar. It was down on Soi 11 forever. 5-6 years ago. Made its way up to Soi 50. And I lived on the other side of the street in Sukhumvit Soi 77 for a year. Cheap Charlie's was my hangout. So it's called the 42 Tee-Off driving range. I'm gonna cut through there and get back over to Sukhumvit. It's just too hot to do a little exploring right now. A little putting range, double-decker driving range, and if it's still there, there used to be a gym. What's that type of gym? Man, the heat's getting to me. CrossFit. Off to the right, they were throwing around tractor tires, getting all carried away. You can, of course, rent clubs, and there are golf pros standing by for lessons. I don't see a lot of balls flying this way, so I don't think folks that are off in the middle of the day like me are as interested to be out here at 1 in the afternoon. The Iron Hive, again, I'm calling it CrossFit. I've walked by twice in the early evening, and they were TikToking or something, YouTubing. They had all the cameras and lights set up, and some really good looking people showing you how to exercise. Gyms aren't that cheap over here. You would think they would be. Things like that, even these golf lessons are fairly affordable, but a good kind of a fancy gym in between 40 and 50 US dollars a month. Now, maybe that's a little high, and maybe that was a monthly price. I don't know. I've never paid for the gym here. I've always just used what was in my condo, what little I use a gym. Generally, this walking around 5 and 10 kilometers a day is good for me, plus all the swimming I try to do. But if I recall, there are deals here like Ladies' Day and different days where you can buy trays at a discounted rate. Probably like most driving ranges, the more you buy, the cheaper it is, and they give you a ticket and whatever. If you want to buy, call it 10 trays, when you want to play 2 today and 2 next week, I'm sure it's all doable. Huh, this golf partner used to be a sushi restaurant. That's the thing. Just that few months I was in California, everything changes. Yeah, this was a sushi restaurant. Now it's a large pro shop. Okay. So there you go. There's a little peek at Sukhumvit 42. And down here, like I said, it's 42/1. And then I see 44, so maybe I was getting carried away with the 1, 2, and 3. I might as well walk over here. I know this 42 just has some small hotels. And let's show you where I'm at. Try not to get an elbow taken off by a bus. Yeah, I guess we are a ways from BTS Ekkamai. From here, 6-minute walk, maybe 5, straight up the road, and you'd be at Ekkamai BTS, which is at the corner of Soi 42. So that's what I'm saying. It's kind of spread out. Here's the frame, man. And this 42/1. It's just some small hotels and townhomes, kind of 4-story townhomes. I see Dream Massage, 421 Bar, Chill Vibes Bar, and some small hotels. If you go to the end of this Soi, it pops out on the left right near that CrossFit. Across the way is a Life building. You'll see these all over Thailand. And there is a walk bridge to get up and over from this side of the street. It's somewhere, yeah, there it is, right in front of the driving range. And standard operating, folks riding the wrong way down a sidewalk. Again, it doesn't bother me much. Other people get very upset at that, but just walk to one side of the sidewalk or another and it won't catch you off guard. Pawn shop, okay. Soi 44, I'm sure I've been down it, probably filmed it, but I can't recall. Well, that guy's having fun or looking for a ticket. And I'm pretty sure 44 just dead ends right there. But let's take a look. Here's a ramen on the right. Small hotel, the S44 room. I'm 99% sure it dead ends down there, but I won't know until I go. Huh. Aldila? Don't know what that is. I would call it a restaurant. Every now and then, every time I'm out walking around, I just, never been up this little section. I think that's somebody's house. Digging a hole in the cement. Yep, just a couple of beautiful homes back here. Let's get back out on Sukhumvit. I should be taking the left and heading back to the BTS, but I'm still not quite heat stroked, so I'm going to head off to the right here. I can't remember how far down it is to the next station, which is Phra Khanong. I don't think it's that far, because that's Soi 67 on the odd side, and this is Soi 40. It doesn't have a sign. Maybe it's 42/2. I know I've been up this Soi before. Here's the car stereo guy. Putting in a Kenwood. That's a nice Porsche. Sleep with me too. I'm going to assume that's a hotel, but you know what happens when you make assumptions. And I've walked by this place on the left. It's a machine shop. They're usually blasting the music and having a good time. Daihatsu parts. Yeah, I think this is the machine shop. It's closed up. I don't know. I like these townhomes. Maybe not these exact ones, but don't get out of this person's way. There's just something cool about the 4-story or 3-story walk-up, and some of them have been did up nice. There's a Taste Mate Cafe. There's the motorbike repair guy. And if we go off to the right, it's a dead end. Well, might be a dead end here as well, unless it's a horseshoe. Moon massage from 10 a.m. until midnight. I don't have my glasses on. Fabsy exclusive club. Okay. Looking for an exclusive club. Here you go. Oh, and we're in a dead end back here of some homes. I was hoping it would make a loop. Now this is for sale. Right next to the Moon Massage. That's convenient. All right, let's get back out on Sukhumvit. I do like these shop houses. Get your own little private rooftop garden. I have no idea what it would cost to buy or rent. I just think they're kind of cool. Our buddy over on Sukhumvit Soy 24, the Freeze Green Movie Club, he has just that, his own private 9-screen or 9-seat movie theater with a bar down below, and it's just a private club to come watch interesting movies and documentaries. And then I believe he lives on the top 2 floors. I think it's a 4-story, but it's sharp, all the teak, and now his is did up nice. Where are we at? This is some kind of pipe guy. More car parts. Mercedes, BMW, Volvo. Momo Massage. Give you a quick peek at the prices. Clay Hobby Art Space. All right. Want to throw a pot? Is that what it's called? Get your beauty wax, gentlemen. And they also have breakfast in here. Waxing and breakfast. It's an interesting combo. This is Japanese food. Creative Japanese barbecue. I guess I've walked all the way down to Phra Khanong BTS, which it was not a very long walk. Just on the other side is Siam Pharmacy. That is where I go if I need to fill a prescription. There's one near Plonchit BTS and my hospital, Bumrungrad. So if possible, I don't fill that many prescriptions, but if I need whatever, XYZ for a ear infection, I'll just ask the doctor, hey, just put it down on a piece of paper and I'll take it over to Siam. I don't think I've gotten the business of narcotics or anything like that that you can probably only get at the hospital. And from what I understand, narcotics are a little tricky over here. I get kidney stones, and right or wrong, I brought a bunch of old hydrocodone with me. take a half of one of those, and yeah, I can pass a kidney stone, no problem. Even a super large one. So, see, we're up to 40, well, okay, 44/1. I'm getting a little hot, but I thought it was the 42s that came all the way down here to Phra Khanong, but well, that's Phra Khanong BTS straight ahead. So why not take a look at 44/1? Although I've been on this street, I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of nothing down here. There's some kind of, I won't call it a farm, but it's a big thing on the left. There is this one big building right at the Phra Khanong BTS, but its front gate is listed out on Sukhumvit, and behind that building is, you know, I'm going to take you over there because it's there's an interesting building, 5-minute walk from Phra Khanong, and it's kind of tucked away back there by itself, and Rama 4 pops out on Sukhumvit right in this area, so that's where it starts or ends, however you want to look at it. But this thing off to the left, I don't know what it is. It's right in the middle of the city, and it takes up a lot of real estate. Some kind of retreat or a rich person's home. But shortly we'll go off to the left, and there's a really nice 4 or 5 story building. I have no idea what it costs, but it's interesting. This Phra Khanong area is getting to be a favorite of many. On the other side of the street is the W District. Not far up Sukhumvit, you have PJ O'Brien's, which is the sister pub to O'Shea's and the Royal Oak. So they pour a proper pint. Little tricky on the traffic if you're a little skittish to that type of thing. There's a little bit more of a sidewalk on the other side, and try to get over there. That's a motorbike coming the wrong way, which it is. Well, I guess that's the proper way. And I'm like, hi. And actually there's a guard sitting there in the corner, so this maybe is some kind of little government area. He's sitting there under his canopy. And just up the way here, kind of hidden in the trees there, is that building I'm talking about. And at the very end of the street, that's Rama 4. Easing off to the left and hooking into Sukhumvit. And that's the building. I think it's beautiful. I'll get the name here in a second. And it's the Ficus Lane. I have no idea. I just like the balcony. It appears to be coming off the bedroom and living room. It's 2 towers. Ficus Lane. And I know if you take a right here at the end of the street on Rama 4, not far. I need to do a little bit more filming on Rama 4. But if you went off to the right, I know there's a grocery store not that far. And if you continued, I'm gonna guess 2, maybe 3 miles, you'll be at the end of my street, Sukhumvit Soi 26. It runs in between Rama 4 and Sukhumvit. And there's Big C, Lotus, and K Village right there. I don't do all my planning based around where the grocery store is and cooking and buying groceries, but it's nice to head over there and get big bags of salad and fruit, fresh bakery. If you're picking a condo and talking with a realtor, they'll try to convince you you can buy anything at the 7-Eleven right down below the building, and you can buy many things, but you're not going to get fresh chicken or salad bars. So made it up to Rama 4. We're going to take a left and we'll be at Sukhumvit in 1 or 2 minutes. There are some big buildings down Rama 4. But from that building to walk to Phra Khanong, it's a ways, 15-minute walk. This is a newish building. I believe it's newish. The IDO Sukhumvit Rama 4. This isn't too far. Where you see the building with the round top, that is the W District, Phra Khanong. There's the newish IDO. So if you're gonna live up here, as close as you can be to the W District will make your life easier. They keep talking about that land has been sold and it's going away. I've been hearing that since I moved here 3 years ago, so who knows. I've did plenty of videos on the W District. It's a fancy outdoor kind of street food area. They're more, not food trucks, there are a few food trucks, but it's just permanent little booths and an outdoor place to kick back. It's very popular with, they appear to be high school kids on Friday, maybe even Saturday night. Every time you go there, they're out at midnight just doing whatever high school folks do. They're leading a pretty interesting life, living abroad. I kind of wish I had those experiences in junior high and high school. I was born on Guam, then we lived in Spain and on and on. But that was as a baby. Restaurant Supply. You ready to come over and open that bar? Here you go. I think there's quite a few of these restaurant places on Rama 4. Bangkok does a good job of keeping everything central. Up in my area of Phra Khanong, it's mostly furniture stores and lighting, kind of an interior decorator area. Another large high-rise on the right here, and that's getting closer to Sukhumvit. I actually popped out down Rama 4 a little further than I thought. That building on the right, trying to get the name. I don't see a large sign, and that's what my old eyes require at this point. Oh, it's a Knightsbridge. Okay. Knightsbridge, Sukhumvit, Rama 4. Well, I lived at the Knightsbridge in En Nut, Soi 77. Really nice building. I think it was a 35 meter. What did I pay? 16,000 baht. Now that was 2 years ago. Back when the BTS stopped in En Nut, the conventional wisdom was you're gonna get your best bargain, best deal there, and even better, one step further where like Punawiti is today. But now it's about the same price. Maybe it's 20% more to hang out a little more central. This is a cool little street. It winds around. Actually, you can see the BTS. Get out of this guy's way. You can see the BTS Phra Khanong right there. But I'm gonna walk up to Sukhumvit and just finish the walk. And as I come by here, I don't know what this is for, but as I come by here in the evening, one of these places pours out onto the sidewalk. Food, motorbike guy. These motorbike guys do many miracles keeping these things together for next to nothing. Now this is a fun little area right over here. What is that building called? Sukhumvit Plus, I think. And as you go down this little side alley, you'll find the Money Bar. That's a fun spot. PG O'Brien's is here on Sukhumvit, kind of in front of the Money Bar. That's an affordable spot. Kwong and King are twin bartenders. Really nice people. They'll serve you up a tall local beer for the big bottle for 100 baht. And these are all the fancier buildings. A couple of my buddies live in these buildings right at the W District. My one friend, he was living up in Sulk, and he got a little tired of the tourist treatment every day. You know, walk out of your condo, and if you're feeling lazy or it's raining, that motorbike that should be 20 baht to race you down Soi 19, the guy's saying, hey, you know, 100 baht. It's like, really? We're down here, even in my neck of the woods. Yeah, there's a little bit of, I'll call it the Phra foreigner tax, but it's not too bad. It's more like, they might charge my girlfriend 10 baht to go from the top of the road halfway up the street to my condo, and me, it's kind of an automatic 20 baht, or me handing them that 10 baht note and not getting any change, where she'll sit there sometimes like, what's up, where's my change? But that's okay, I'm not Thai. So here's some good affordable food happening. Chicken and burger. And what is it called? It's the Japanese secondhand store, Treasure Factory. There's a small location in here. The exchange rate is, I don't want to point this camera right at her, I think it's floating around 33. Oh, it went down. US, well, it could be their rate. US dollar 32.79. I can't read. I can't read through that glare. I was trying to get you the British pounds. Here's the a little Tops Daily. Man, these guys, it's just 20 degrees hotter. Standing over his fried foods. Hard work. But that Treasure Factory, it's a Japanese secondhand store. I'll give you a quick peek. This one is small compared to the one on Soi 39. Ooh, nice and air conditioned. And it's not the greatest deals in the world. If something's worth 100 bucks, it might be $70. So it's not a Goodwill in the United States, that's for sure. Oftentimes larger items like this office chair, they'll blow out just to get it out of the way. The location over on Soi 39 just has hundreds of golf clubs. I don't have my glasses on. What is that, a McGregor? I can't even see the price. A lot of these clubs will be 600 baht for a eight-year-old tailor-made driver. And here's some fancy purses. That one's 6,800 baht. I think it's a Gucci here. I think it's a Gucci, 8,800. Don't know. Where's the MK? Boone likes these MK bags. Again, no glasses. I brought her 2 of them back from the US, and they were $80 US a piece, and she said, oh, these things are beautiful. They go for like $300 to $400 US. And then I brought her back a simple, just a leather, not this Coachy kind of material. I think that's Coach. It was just a black leather Coach, and it was 90 bucks. She loved it. It's just a small one, just to throw your phone in and head out. It was more like one of these, except larger. And trying to find the exact one. Anyhow, she said, because of course the first thing she did was looked up what that thing cost here in Thailand, and she says, oh, that thing is like $380 US here in Thailand. And I got it for 90 bucks at Marshall's. Now, do I like spending 90 bucks on a purse? No, but she can have, you know, a few beautiful things. If I can get them for a fourth of the price, no problem. And Boone would be pretty upset with me if I spent $400 US at Siam Paragon. But she was just fine with me spending 80 bucks in the US. So it's funny how that works. We've looped back around to Phra Khanong BTS. And I don't even remember, we started down in Ekkamai. So there you go. There's a little peak between the 2 BTS stations. I'm gonna get a cool drink up here on the left. I think there's a little Tops Daily Market. Here's a Bangkok Smile Dental Clinic. You'll find these all over town. In fact, I see an expat, 2 of them, sitting in there holding their mouth. I've mentioned it many times. I go to, it's probably one of the more expensive places in town, Bangkok International Dental Hospital. But the only reason I go there, I have so many crowns in my mouth. I don't even know how many, 8, and I break them once in a while. So I just want to go someplace I'm comfortable with my dentist and getting that procedure done when it has to eventually be replaced. I'm sure some of these smaller places do fine work, but I'd rather just hang with a person who's been cleaning my teeth for years. She's top notch. I think she even went to UCLA Dental. Not that that's a big deal. I'm sure there are some fine dental schools here in Thailand. It amazes me how much fruit these guys get off their pineapples. I just take a little tiny pineapple and they get every little piece of fruit off. Me, I get the big huge pineapple and I've destroyed most of it. So thanks for hanging out on this hot Bangkok afternoon, and there'll be plenty more videos to come. We'll see you later.